everyone, Alexa Donne here, and today I am doing the big reveal of what classic I am retelling for my second book. So if you're new to my channel, or if you don't know, my first book, Brightly Burning, is a retelling of Jane Eyre set in space. And now my second book, which is going to be coming out in spring 2019, is also a classic retelling, also set in space. It's set in the same universe as Brightly Burning, but they are standalone companion novels, which means each one tells a complete story. They can be read separately, out of order. It doesn't really matter. There's going to be some fun Easter eggs that, connect the two, but they are separate and standalone stories. Now, I'm not going to keep you in suspense much longer, but first, a few little teaser facts about the classic I am retelling. First, it is by what many consider a ride or die favorite author, including me, but this is one of her lesser known works. And yes, it is a woman. And last but certainly not least, this book features the world's most romantic and amazing letter ever. And you can fight me on that, because when I tell you what it is, you might go, oh well, but what about? And I'm gonna go, this one's the best. So without further ado, drum roll please, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, right? The classic that I am retelling for my second book is Persuasion by Jane Austen. So this happens to be my Gorgeous Penguin Classics edition, and if you follow me on Instagram, I actually did a super secret tease. I Instagrammed a photo 6 months ago of this and my classics version of Jane Eyre, so that was a hint. But Persuasion by Jane Austen. So this is my favorite Jane Austen novel. Now, I love Pride and Prejudice to the sun and back, to the moon and back, like so many people. And Pride and Prejudice holds a special place in my heart, but why did I decide to do Persuasion other than the fact that it is my favorite? And it became my favorite when I was a little bit older. In my mid-20s, I finally read Persuasion. I'd kind of looked at it before and it just didn't appeal to me. I consider Persuasion Jane Austen's most mature novel. This is a pretty common thing among Jane Austen fans, and that doesn't make it better or worse than the other books. I think really of all her books, Pride and Prejudice is like the masterclass work. But she wrote Persuasion when she was a bit older, and also after, she'd essentially become a spinster, and so it's full of kind of mature feelings about love and romance and marriage, and it's about regret and second chances, and it's just really beautiful, and it's all about feelings. And so now you know why I have been calling my second book #Space Angst, because it is basically wall-to-wall feelings. It's also a lot of dinner parties and walks and parties, because that's pretty much what Persuasion is. It's like all of those things plus feelings. So if you're not familiar with Persuasion, here's the quick elevator pitch of Persuasion. So Persuasion is about Anne Elliot, and Anne is kind of landed gentry. Her family, relatively wealthy, they have property. And when Anne was 18, she fell in love with a boy named Frederick Wentworth, but Frederick Wentworth was poor, and Anne was persuaded, you see the title there, to reject his marriage proposal by her family and also a good family friend, because her mother died when she was younger, and so she really relies on kind of other people to guide her. So she says no to him, even though she loves him. Flash forward 9 years, things have really changed. Her father and her sister have overspent. They're basically land rich and cash poor. Things are not going well for them. So Anne, she's the responsible daughter. She decides to rent out their house to an admiral to make some extra income so that they can survive a bit longer. And the admiral brings along his wife, and his wife brings along her brother, Captain Frederick Wentworth. So Frederick Wentworth, he's called Wentworth throughout the book. So Wentworth has gone off, joined the Navy, he fought in a war gloriously, earned the title of captain, and has become fabulously wealthy. So he is thrown back in Anne's path, and now he is an extremely wealthy and eligible bachelor. And so she basically has to spend the whole book watching these, two younger sisters of her brother-in-law complicated. I think they're like 18 and 20, throw themselves at Wentworth, her one true love, and she watches him flirt back, and he's really cold towards her. So it's basically wall-to-wall feelings, as I said. So yeah, I am doing that in space. Now, if you are a super big YA sci-fi fan like me, you might be saying, oh, there is a YA sci-fi persuasion retelling called For Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Peterfreund. That is a post-apocalyptic persuasion retelling. I love that book, and this one is real different. So it's in space, it's on a spaceship. As I mentioned, it's in the same universe as Brightly Burning. I'm really exploring what I call upstairs-downstairs dynamics. If you ever knew of or watched that old British program, or Downton Abbey is a good shorthand as well. And there's all sorts of extra intrigue that I can't reveal because I don't want to spoil anything. But sometime after Brightly Burning comes out, there will be a title reveal and a cover reveal, and I will be able to actually share with you what the book is actually about. But for now, just wanted to tell you that I am retelling Persuasion. I have been dying to say it. I've been wanting to tweet about it and mention it in videos and Instagram about it, because I'm basically living Persuasion 24/7 right now. So there it is. I'm retelling Persuasion. I'm so excited for it. If you are a fan, if you have read the book and you love it, like, let me know down below in the comments. If you're curious and maybe now you'll read Persuasion by Jane Austen, I recommend it. I mentioned The World's Most Romantic Love Letter. It is true. Read the book. Wentworth sends Anne the most glorious letter, and I have it embroidered on a pillow that a friend bought for me. That's how much I love that letter. So I'm just really excited because it's gonna be really angsty and romantic, which are just the kind of stories that I love to tell. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're excited. I am super excited. And as always, everyone, happy writing.